Yo everyone, how's it going? And welcome back to another video. And finally today we are back on F1 2020. As you guys know, I'm a massive F1 fan, so I thought today would be the day I start doing F1 videos for you guys. I put a poll out on my TikTok. If you don't follow it, link will be in the description. But yeah, I thought we'd do the first challenge around Monza. Obviously I wanted to do it around Imola, but obviously Imola isn't on this year's F1 game. So yeah, just going through the settings here. I run literally everything off apart from medium traction control. I have everything else off. I had the Legend AI on 95%. We're doing a 25% race, obviously starting from the back as well, as you can see here. So yeah, looking forward to it. Like I said, I did F1 videos in the past, but they weren't great.
As the drivers begin to climb into their cars down on the grid, the excitement is really building at this magnificent circuit. We're just about ready to go racing for today's Formula One Grand Prix. With top speeds up to 215 miles per hour and an average lap speed of around 155 miles per hour, Monza's reputation as one of the fastest circuits in the sport is well earned. We have 11 corners on this 3.6-mile track, with the best overtaking chance coming into the heavy braking zone of the Turn 1 chicane. Now, Anthony Davidson, I wonder, might we be in for some early pit stops today for the midfield teams, all trying to put some pressure on or disrupting things for the leaders up front?
If you're in the middle of the pack, you got your own race to run. I don't think they're going to be thinking about causing trouble up front. However, closer to the head of the pack, don't be surprised to see some split strategies. If you're running second and third, for example, bringing one car in for an undercut while leaving the other one out there longer can put a lot of pressure on the leader and maybe force them into an error.
Let's run you through the drive.
So here we are then on the grid for the start of this last to first challenge. I decided to go with the normal strategy, soft to medium, pitting on lap 7. And just lowering the fuel there a little bit as well. But the fire lights coming on now, and they're out, and we're away. And it was a bit of a shaky start, I have to admit. I am recording this pre-recorded, by the way, if you couldn't tell already. But nevertheless, we made about 2 positions there off the start already, getting a little bit on the grass, trying to go down the inside of Magnussen there. We finally do, and then we lock up a little bit, going to turn 1. Got Vettel on our inside, that turns to the outside, get a decent exit as we pelt the throttle and try and gain some more of those positions. You can see Russell and Gasly here going side by side. I dart to the inside and then try and go down the inside, and then Gasly sort of cuts across me there, so I lose a little bit of the end plate, which really hurt me throughout this race, as you'll see later on. But I didn't want to give up. I thought I'd press on, and what an exit this is, by the way. Past, I was a little bit hesitant, and then past Kvyat and Sainz at the same at the same straight. Absolutely brilliant. So that was me off into P10 already on lap 1 with the front wing damage, as you can see there, just coming to a little bit of effect, went a little bit wide through the Ascari chicane, but nevertheless negotiated it pretty well. And then we have no ERS for the first
Nice start. Let's keep it up.
well, for the last bit of this lap, but either way, I thought I was going to get overtaken, as you can see Kvyat in the mirrors there, and you can see the arrow getting closer and closer, and I thought he was going to catch up to me there, but luckily he didn't, and we can carry on and try and get after Charles Leclerc in the Ferrari. Moving on to the middle part of lap 2 now, go purple through the first sector, lock up a little bit, going into the second chicane there. And it was really hard to manage without the front wing here. And you can see there as well, I literally have 0 ERS at the moment, so I was having to manage that as well. I've been playing my team, so this has actually been recorded on my laptop, but I've actually been recording my team, well, playing my team on the Xbox. And these standard F1 cars, that when you play in Grand Prix mode, their power deficit is horrible. You have to save so much. Again, past Norris there quite easily, down into the Ascari chicane again. That was kind of my overtaking sweet spot, actually. I did quite a few overtakes there. And then look at this train, onto lap 5 now. This train ahead of me, absolutely massive. as we try and pick our way through. Obviously this didn't help either because all the cars ahead of me had DRS, so it was a massive DRS train. So I slowly had to make my way past each and every one of them, slowly but surely. But either way, going down to the Ascari chicane now. I don't think I'm quite able to make the move here as we open the DRS, but into lap 6 now. Looking at a little bit of a move on Charles Leclerc. They were going very, very slow. I think I'm going to have to up the AI difficulty. I normally run on about 100 AI. I don't know why I did 95 for this one, if I'm honest. But either way, finally making the move on Leclerc into the Parabolica. Trying to go down the inside of Leclerc. I was a bit hesitant and then finally got the launch. Leclerc sort of backed out of it a little bit, which was a shame. But nevertheless made the move up into P8 as we start lap 7. I'll be pitting this lap as well. And yeah, an absolute cluster of cars ahead, just trying to negotiate here. Wasn't even trying to make the move here on Albon, but went round the outside and then tried to sort of do a sort of drag race down to the second chicane here. He's squeezing me, but I just keep my foot in. On the outside here, which is not really where you want to be, so I sort of back out of it because I knew sort of Albon was either going to lose my front wing or push me onto the grass, which wouldn't have been good for any of us. But anyway, on the end of lap 7 now, pitting just behind Stroll, I think that is. So we're going, like I said, onto the medium tyres to the end of the race. And obviously I did want to repair my front wing as well because it was losing me. Well, it wasn't losing me that much time, but I felt like it was worth changing it because it would have just helped me a lot in some of the corners. But when I looked on the menu, or when I looked at my position, I was like, oh my god, I'm last. But I think I'd go up to about P18, and it was just a sort of comeback race, which I thought I negotiated pretty well. So yeah, exiting the pits now, and just trying to, like I said, make this is sort of the comeback now. So this was just full steam, trying to make up as many positions as I could. First up was Russell, and yeah, I don't know. I don't know what that was about. I was trying to go down the inside and Russell was just defending it like mad, even though he's in a Williams, but nevertheless I get him on the back straight. Once again down to the Ascari chicane, which was easy, and then moving on to lap 9, just behind Gasly and Kvyat, who are having a titanic battle here as we're trying to get up to them, and I have to sort of brake check again because Gasly very slow on the exit, and I'm sort of boxed in here as I'm trying to overtake Kvyat. And then Gasly goes around the outside of them. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do at this point. I try and sort of overtake both of them. A little bit hesitant again, a bit like I was with Leclerc a few laps ago. And then making the move nicely on Gasly there, just trying to make up as much ground as possible there. And up into P11 already as we move on to lap 10. Now behind the Ferrari of Sebastian Vettel. Vettel a bit of a sitting duck there as we go into the Parabolica again. The end of lap 10, but I sort of make a little bit of an error there. I thought Vettel was going to come back at me, but he doesn't. I stay ahead for P10, so I'm back in the points at this point. And lap 11 now, behind Leclerc once again. I feel like I've battled with Leclerc and Leclerc and Sainz the whole time this race, but nevertheless, on to lap 12 now. We set a green first sector, and just trying to negotiate these guys as quick as possible as we're trying to get past Leclerc, which was no problem really. Down the inside, sort of cut the first part of the chicane there a little bit, but we won't tell anyone, it's fine. As Bottas sets the fastest lap of the race there. As we now move on to the final lap of the race, and I literally went into sweat mode here, so getting past Sainz with the DRS. Again, literally have 2% ERS, so I should have probably saved it a lot more for this final lap, but nevertheless, 3 abreast going into turn 1 there. I nearly lock up into the Ocon because I was watching where Sainz was, but nevertheless, there were about 3 abreast going into turn 1 there, which was absolutely insane. And then I think Stroll and Albon are still going side by side there as Ocon anonymously waits in the background there. But nevertheless, we're trying to get past as quickly as we can, as again down into the Ascari chicane. I try and make a move on Ocon, but then I see Ocon's getting on Stroll, so I go down the inside of both of them. Again, sort of had to cut the chicane, but let me off. I was in sweat mode. But nevertheless, P6, obviously the final lap, and that was all I could do. And that was the end of the race. And considering I had to pit from my front wing as well, I was quite happy with
race
that.
over.
So,
Take care of the car on the way in.
Here we are then, a thoroughly deserved win in Italy after another excellent Grand Prix. So Anthony, what made the difference out there today?
I think a large part of the result comes down to temperament. They were able to keep their heads when everyone around them was losing theirs, and that's allowed them to get the best out of the car, to maximise the strategy, and to stay out of trouble.
After an excellent performance at the Grand Prix, I'm sure there'll be plenty of celebrations tonight amongst the Mercedes team, and they certainly deserve it. Some amazing talent out on the track today, but Anthony, who would you pick as your driver of the day?
It's got to be Lewis Hamilton. I mean, he pulled off some impressive feats out on the track today, even by his standards.
Well, Ant, an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one.
thank you, Anthony Davidson, for that driver of the day. But nevertheless, P6, like I said, I think that's the best that we could manage. Considering we lost the front wing on the first lap thanks to Gasly, who stupidly went to the left there. Nevertheless, guys, if you have enjoyed today, please do like and subscribe to the channel. Like I said, I will be doing hopefully many more F1 videos because it's something that I'm very passionate about. And yeah, hope you enjoyed. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.